Recording in progress.
Bon. Alors. Je vais le faire en anglais, mais je vais, comme toujours, faire les traductions à besoin pour que tout le monde puisse comprendre. OK? OK, merci. OK, so let's begin. Close the eyes and bring the attention inward. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you're becoming one with all beings everywhere. Attune your mind to the supreme divine eternal being that is within and all around. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we always have a strong desire for the knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. Only peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I'll now do the mantra for purification to purify the space, the ground, and all the psychic channels within. If you don't know it, you can just always pretend you're singing it through the voice of the Guru, and you derive all the benefits as though you were chanting it perfectly. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smaripandrikaksham Zabaya Bihantraha Stihi. So let's start off with some breathing techniques just to prepare the body for the practice, generate a little bit of heat in order to warm up the body. So we're going to start with Ujjayi breathing, victorious breathing. Concentrating the breath between just a little bit, 2 finger widths below the belly button and just at the top of the chest. So as you inhale, you're just trying to inflate the belly and the lungs and the chest. And as do this, we produce an ocean sound. Inhale. Breathing audibly through the mouth, exhale. And then partially through the next inhale, we close the mouth, but we continue to produce that sound. So now it should feel like we're breathing through a partially restricted throat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Try to fill up as much as you can through the inhales and deflate everything on the exhale. Inhale. Exhale, push all the air out of the lungs and the belly. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale completely. Big breath in now again. Inhale. Inflate the lungs, raise the chest as high as you can. Kumbhaka, hold the breath, chin on the chest, contract all the root muscles, pull them up towards the navel. Imagine you're lifting the whole pelvic floor up. All the attention to the space between your eyebrows, and the tongue goes to the roof of the mouth behind the teeth. Hold your attention there. Imagine nothing else exists. Now let in a little bit more air, but keep holding the breath. Increase your lung capacity even more. Keep your attention always at the center of the forebrow. Again, try to bring in a little bit more air, create a little bit more space. Keep holding the breath. Keep the throat and the root lock engaged. One more time. See if you can get in a little bit more air still. Keep the mind calm no matter what type of tension or discomfort the body's feeling. Now slowly exhale, very gradually, no big explosion out of the body. Allow the breath to stream out of the body evenly and steadily, softly. From the solar plexus, your source of inner power, inhale your power up to the crown. Exhale, return to the solar plexus. Draw more of your power from the solar plexus up to the crown on the inhale. Leave it all there. Exhale back to the solar plexus. One more time. Bring in more of the power up from your internal source up to the crown on the next inhale. Fill the lungs, raise the chest, and again, Jalandhara Bandha, Mula Bandha, third eye attention. Everything stops, all the mind fluctuations of body movements and emotions as though they were frozen. No matter what, again, the body is doing and feeling, the mind remains undisturbed, unjudging, unconcerned. Let in a little bit more air. Keep holding the breath. And one more time, hold the breath a little bit longer still. Feel the capacity of the lungs increasing. Slowly exhale, gradually. From the solar plexus, inhale up to the crown, drawing more of your power up there. Hold the breath again. Imagine all that power going out to all beings everywhere now. Everything that from here on in gets sent out to all beings as well. Make this practice a divine offering to all beings. Exhale slowly. Deflate the lungs, relax, release the locks. Take a moment to just tap into the state of the mind, the body, and the emotions. Have no concern as to what you're observing. Just be the witness watching everything. Unconcerned, without expectation, without attachment to the result. So now we're going to do one more visualization technique, color breathing. We're imagining all the colors forming a big sphere around us to protect us from psychic attacks. Psychic attacks are just negative energy that's directed towards us, whether intentional or unintentional. So we're concentrating on different areas of the body with the colors flooding that whole area. And imagine it's bringing healing in that area as well. Your attention is like a magnet. It attracts all the vital force there. So direct all your attention to not only your body, but to all bodies who are feeling, who are in need of healing. So it's twofold. It increases your aura and it helps to bring about healing. So starting at the lower three chakras, at the base of the spine, the sacral area, and the navel chakra, the navel area. The whole area, color it with red. And we just allow the sound to ride the breath until we run out of breath. So take a deep breath in. The sound is ah, the color red. Even though the sound disappears, imagine that the vibrations are still there doing their work. Now, bring your attention up to the heart area. The color is green. The sound is U. A little bit of a higher pitch this time. Let's promote physical, spiritual, and emotional healing of the heart. Inhale, the color green at the heart. U. Next, go to the base of the throat. The color is blue. The sound is so. Remember that all the words that come from the throat should always be ones of loving kindness and compassion. Inhale, the color blue at the base of the throat. So. Now going up to the space between the eyebrows, the center of the forebrow. This is also co-located with the pituitary gland, which brings about health to the whole endocrine system, all the glands in the body. The sound is E. So just concentrate on that sinus area, stimulate that area, stimulate the pituitary gland. The color is another shade of blue, different from the one you pictured for the throat. Inhale. E. Next we'll go to the same region, maybe a little bit behind where you were in the center of the forebrow. The color is indigo. The sound is sun, S-U-N. The vibrations produced by the latter part of the sound, the N part. Imagine they're powerful enough to dislodge all the impurities from wherever they're sitting in a body, to be pulled out into the bloodstream, the circulatory system, and out of the body. So the color sun at the center of the forebrow. Inhale. Sun. And now the crown. Color is violet. The sound is sum, S-U-M. And again, it produces vibrations of the latter part of the sound, which are strong. Imagine they're shaking the whole, you feel the whole the top of the head shaking, vibrating. This helps to produce mental sharpness and clarity. Color violet at the crown. Inhale. Sum. continue to be in this state of alertness and sharpness through the class. Throughout the practice, discernment is important when we try to reflect on our knowledge, and the knowledge that is most beneficial and most important is a knowledge of the true self, the true nature of the self. This infinite divine being which is within is everywhere, and that is your nature as well. And if it is your nature, it is the nature of all beings. So now we see that true nature manifested in so many different ways in all the different forms. And we use a practice to revere God in all the ways and see the magnificence of God in all the forms. So now let's begin the practice, or continue the practice. Let's stand. So we're going to start off with some warm-ups. Hands on the hips, circle the head, large circles as possible. Try to touch the ears, the shoulders, the chin to the chest, the back of the head to the top of the back. Feel as though the head were very heavy, rolling a roll around the neck. And then switch the direction of rotation. Wherever the head is in this rotation, try to keep the eyes on the ground. Move at the speed that is comfortable for you. Good. And now the arms are loose. Swing from side to side. Feel as though the arms are heavy ropes hitting the body. Try to see all the way around you. And now shake faster. Really allow your head to fly in all the directions. Move fast. And now, slow it down. Bring your arms over the head. Take hold of the opposite elbows. Bend to the left. With each bounce, try to get a little bit deeper into the stretch. Try not to make folds in the underside of the body and the waist. And then come up, go to the other side. Push the hips out towards the left. Pull on the elbow. Try not to hunch forward. Keep all the movement in the side direction. Come again to the left. Pull on the elbow. And then go to the other side. Lift the chest a little bit. Look past the elbow towards the ceiling. And then coming back. And then little circles over the head. Moving mostly the head, neck, and shoulders to begin. But then gradually getting larger with the circles. The chest and the upper back coming into the movement. All beings are feeling this, experiencing through your body. So try to deliver the best experience possible. If you feel comfortable to do so, the whole torso circles. Trace large circles in front of the body. Allow the arms come close to the feet. And then coming all the way back up, and then go the other direction. Good. Be the witness, watching the body moving. Imagine the body moving gracefully and powerfully, and then this will translate into your movements. Larger circles now. The chest and the upper back coming into the movement. And finally, the whole torso, making the motion of a windmill, the arms of a windmill. And then coming all the way back up. Release the arms. Good. The right arm up, left hand down. Circle the arms in opposite directions. And then the left hand up, right hand down. Go in the opposite directions. Good. Now from here, arms across the chest, cross the arms, throw the arms back. Now, shake out the wrists, move the fingers very, very rapidly. Feel all the joints in the wrists and the fingers moving. And then up and down very, very fast again, like the wings of a hummingbird. Good. Now bring the legs, arms out to the side, swing the right leg back and forth. Imagine your legs like a big pendulum swinging out of control. Try to get the knee to the shoulder. Imagine trying to touch the toes to the head, the back of the head, when the leg goes back. And then the other leg. Swing the left leg freely, like a door on a hinge. Now bring the feet together, the arms by sides of the body. The inhale, rise up, lift the heels, lift the arms over the head. Push into roots of your toes. Exhale, come back down gracefully, softly, lower the heels. Inhale, come up. As you come up, the palms turn up, push into roots of your toes. Come up nice and high. Exhale, come back down again. Charge the legs, keep the core active as the hands come down. Inhale again, rise up. Lift up very tall, off the heels. Exhale, come back down gracefully. Feel the arms moving all by themselves. And one more. Inhale, come up. Rise up very tall. Now at the top here, keep holding the position. Press the heels, your palms up now. Imagine trying to push the hands right into the roof. Exhale, lower down. Control the movement so that they're nice and controlled. Bring the chin on the chest. A gesture of humbleness here. Stay in this mindset of humbleness throughout the practice. Renounce all the fruits. Imagine this as your divine obligation to all beings everywhere. And now let's come to the front of the mat. Surya Namaskara. Hands to the heart. Feel as though you're standing right from the sun. The light and the warmth streaming down onto you. This is representative of the wisdom and the love of the Almighty One of God. And just infuse yourself with that love and the light, the wisdom, and share it with all beings. Move together as one. Raise your arms up over the head. Arch back. Pull the body down. Bend your knees. If you need to, bring your hands flat on the ground. Push the body into your legs. The right foot back. Lower down the knee. Drop down to the seat. Come into the high plank. Knees down. The seat all the way back behind the heels. Glide forward between the arms. Brush your nose to the ground. And then raise the head. Arch the back, take the head back. Take the seat back again. Come forward. Imagine your snake creeping through the grass. Roll the shoulders back, arch the back. Imagine having a boundless range of motion like the serpent. Come all the way back. Come forward again. Imagine your snake again. Uncoiling, coming up, looking out to peer at the world. Adho Mukha Savasana. Lift the seat, allow the head to fall below the arms. If you can, touch the top of the head to the ground. And then the right foot steps forward to the hands, drop down to the seat. Feet together, Uttanasana. Push the body into your legs, the head comes down. Come right to standing, reach up over the head, arch back, engage the buttocks and the upper back muscles to support your movement. Hands back to the heart. Bring the arms up again. N'inquiétez pas trop de souffle. On bouge le corps tout simplement d'une manière qui nous permette de garder le souffle toujours uniforme. The pied gauche en arrière, the left foot back, into the plank. Lower the knees down, the seat all the way back. Glide forward again. Remember, blessed are those who imitate the teacher physically. Imagine how the boundless range of motion like the serpent. Take the seat back again. Glide forward. Twice blessed are those who can imitate the teacher mentally. Be regal and wise, just like the serpents. Take the seat back one more time. 3 times fast so those can imitate the teacher. Spiritually tap into all the divine qualities. Connect psychically with the teacher. Then they are more inclined to share their knowledge when they sense your enthusiasm and your devotion. Adho Mukha Savasana, the head comes down below the arms again. Left foot forward. Drop down to the seat. Feet together, Uttanasana. Bow to the legs. Come right up to standing, arch back, hands behind the head. And then return home, hands to the heart. Raise your arms up. Infusez votre esprit profondément dans le cœur. Et observez le corps qui bouge encore plus fluidement. Fold the body down in half. The right foot back. Bury your mind deep in the heart. Watch the body move with even more fluidity, power, and ease. Into the high plank. Ashtanga Namaskar. Knees, chest, forehead down. As you come forward, lift the hips away from the ground. Urdhva Mukha Savasana, chargez les jambes. Good, look like a dog howling at the moon. Puis ensuite, Adho Mukha Savasana, fais fondre le cœur. Essayez de ne pas plier les bras, essayez de descendre la tête le plus bas que possible. Try to lower your head down. If you're very flexible, try to get your forehead, your nose, maybe the chin down without bending your arms. Work the shoulders. Good. Now from here, the right foot forward to the hands. Drop down to the seat. Feet together, Uttanasana. Pull the body again against the legs. Straight legs, feet over the heels. If you can, raise your arms up over the head, arch back. And then back home, Pranamasana. On tourne toujours à la source d'amour divin. Go always back to the source of divine love. And come back down. Uttanasana. The head comes close to the feet. The left foot back, lower down the knee, drop down to the seat. Into the plank here, Ashtanga Namaskar, knees, chest, forehead down. And then come forward, lift the hips and knees up off the ground, let your hips between your hands. Encore, le corps près le dos, poussez les épaules encore plus en arrière. Faites comme un chien qui hurle à la lune. Imitate the dog howling at the moon. No crunching in the lower back or the back neck. Telescope the neck out of the shoulders. And then right back into downward facing dog. You can work the shoulders. Try to get your chest to come close to the ground, the belly to your thighs. And try to imitate or just try to embody the loyalty of the dog to its master. Good. Look like a dog stretching its back. Now from here, the left foot forward to the hands, back knee down, sink down to the seat. Good. Feet together, Uttanasana, bow to the legs. Une geste d'humilité ici. Tous les mouvements reflètent la dévotion, l'abandonnement complètement au soi suprême. Et l'humilité. Hands back to the heart. All movements reflecting devotion, unconditional love towards all forms. Raise your arms up over the head. Fold the body down in half. Uttanasana. Bow down, the head come close to the feet. The right foot back. Lower down the knee, flatten up the toes. Inhale, come up, raise your arms up. Drop your seat all the way forward. Allow the arms to circle down. 2 more times. Ouvrez-vous à la grâce divine. Open yourself up to the divine grace and to divine service. Raise your arms up. Imagine the arms are the wings of a butterfly. Allow the head to fall back. Lean away from the leg. From here, swing the left leg all the way up and back into Ekapada Adho Mukha Savasana. Come forward, shoulders over the fingertips. See if you can lower your chest down first. Pull the elbows into the sides of the body and lower the chest down first. Right into Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Immediately back into downward facing dog. Round your back and then sink your heart. Right leg up. Look between the hands. Step the foot between the hands. Land the foot ever so softly between the hands, not making a noise. And then sink the seat down. As your arms come up, lift the seat. Exhale, drop your seat forward, lean away from the leg. With each time your arms come up, pull the torso further up on the hips. Exhale, go back so you don't create a big fold across the lower back. Keep extending, keep lengthening the spine. Circle the arms down. Good, and then from here, bring the left foot in to meet the right. If your intention is offering and you're reflecting in your pose, in your postures, the practice becomes even more beautiful, even more magnificent. Hands back, Hasta Uttanasana, then return Pranamasana. Raise your arms up. Fold the body down. Uttanasana. Left foot back, lower down a knee, flatten at the toes. Inhale, rise up, swing your arms up. This time, turn to the right, tournez à droite. Pendant que vous laissez tomber les bras. Inspirez encore, levez les bras, tournez à droite. Faites une geste de rester réceptive à toutes les expériences. On a quelque chose à gagner de chaque expérience. Open up to the right. Now looking forward again, swing the right leg up. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Come forward into high plank, shoulders over fingertips, so that you can come down with strength. Elbows right over your wrists, lower your chest down. Right into upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. Levez les jambes gauche, left leg up. Placez les pieds entre les mains. Descendez les hanches. Encore. Levez les bras. Tournez à gauche cette fois-ci. Turn to the left. Make a gesture like you're opening yourself up to all experiences. We have something to gain from each and every one. Again, raise your arms up. Open up to your left. Beautiful. And then look forward, bring the right foot in to meet the left. Uttanasana, push the body into your legs, the head comes close to the feet. Come right up to standing, reach up over the head, arch back. Hands back to the heart. Adding on. With repetition comes ease. And then ease the body, ease the mind as well. Bend your knees, land your belly on your thighs, join your hands behind the back. Pull the hands further back and then lift the hands up over your shoulders as you bring your head down. Plonge la tête vers les pieds. Une geste d'humilité ici. Essayez de descendre la poitrine de plus en plus en dessous des genoux même. Try to get your chest below the knees. Now from here, hold the breath, keep your weight on your left leg, the right foot back. Lower down a knee, flatten up the toes. Kapiyasana, raise your arms up over the head, arch back. Faites comme un croissant de lune, rayonnez votre lumière à l'intérieur. Shine your inner light. Good, now from here, bring your hands down. Swing the left leg all the way up and back. Take the head down. If you can, touch the head to the ground. Now move the right hand back. Bring your hand to the inside of the right heel if you can. Step on the hand, the fingers. If it's too much, you can just bring your hand somewhere along the side of the body or grab the leg. If it's too much, take hold the inside the heel. Stretch the left leg all the way up. Good. Now from here, come forward. Shoulders over the fingertips. Lower your chest down between the hands. From here, you can stay here, or if you can, push the elbows into the side of the body. Bring the right foot up. Garudasana. You can stay with the legs extended, or if you want, you can bend your feet. The legs, bring your feet towards the head. Bring the legs back up. Push your elbows into the side of the body. Land your feet back down. Beautiful. Right into upward facing dog. Chest forward, hips up off the ground. Chart the legs. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Cette fois-ci, levez les jambes droites. Encore une fois. Essayez de descendre de toucher la tête sur le plancher. Et essayez de tenir le cheville par l'intérieur avec la main gauche. Try to take your left hand to the inside of the left foot. Or make your modifications as you need to. On the leg, along the body, somewhere in between. Wherever you are, it's perfect if you're just doing your best. Now release the left hand back down, look to the hand, and bring the right foot to the hands. Back knee down, sink down to the seat. Kapiyasana. Raise your arms up and arch the body. Take your fingers back. Radiate your inner lights. Imagine trying to get index fingers over the back toes. And now, relâchez. Placez le ventre sur les cuisses, collez le ventre sur les cuisses, joignez les mains en arrière du dos, placez le pied gauche avec le pied droit et descendez la tête encore, Uttanasana. Try to get your belly down again.
right against the legs and the chest below the knees. If you can, the forehead against the shins. Seat directly over the heels. Good. And then come all the way back up. Hasta Uttanasana. Arch back. Hands behind the head. Go back a little deeper. Each time you go back, so you can go a little bit further. And then come back. If you're always complacent in your practice, you never go to the edge of your limit. You always stay in the same place. 20 years, you're still in the same practice. Arch back again. Fold forward. Bend your knees again. Collez le ventre sur les cuisses. Joignez les mains. Uttanasana. Plunge the head towards the feet. Now look forward. Keep your weight on your right leg, the left foot back. Back knee down. Raise your arms up over the head. Arch back. Different variation this time. Turn to the left. Pick up the back foot. Kuntasana. See if you can take the foot in your right hand. Left arm extends out. Good. Si c'est possible, on peut essayer de lever la poitrine un petit peu, lever les côtes et essayer de pousser le pied en dessous des côtes. C'est ça. And then release the arms. So you place the foot underneath the rib cage. C'est beau. Et encore, tu peux tourner en avant. Une variation de Kapyasana ici. You can try to keep your foot there, turn your chest forward, and bring your hands back together for another version of Kapyasana. C'est ça. Relâchez maintenant. Let go of the foot, bring it back down. Press your hands down and swing the right leg all the way up. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. So a different variation this time. Move your left hand closer to the middle and see if you can take your foot with the right hand. So options. You can take the foot with your left hand like so. If this is easy for you, you take the foot in your other hand. And you try to bring the foot towards the head. So you bring the elbow up and you touch the foot to the head. Okay, well this time. So you have to keep the hips tend to turn a little bit, so you have to really anchor down through the hands. Good, and then release. There you go, good. That's it, keep going. C'est ça. Voilà. C'est difficile cette posture. Encore. En avant, les épaules au-dessus des bouts des doigts. Et maintenant, collez les coudes contre les côtes du corps. Descendez le menton, puis ici encore. Garudasana. Push off the left foot. Get the foot up beside the other one. Again, you bring your hands down, your foot down towards the head. From here, push into your hands. Allow the feet to come down softly, right into upward facing dog. Face up, back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inspirez ici, expirez, laissez sortir tous les efforts, toute l'attention. Puis ensuite, sur la prochaine, le jambe gauche, cette fois-ci, levez la jambe gauche, et essayez encore de prendre le pied par l'extérieur. Et essayez de tourner le bras, essayez de toucher les orteils à la tête. So to bring your arm to the outside. Take hold of the outside of the foot, press the thumb into the base of the big toes, and press. Not important, just something to try. Good. Yeah, c'est ça. Voilà. Tournez le coude en avant. Ok? Voilà. Et maintenant, descendez les pieds entre les mains. Encore. Kuntasana. Tournez à droite, turn to the right, take the foot, and you want to take the foot in your left hand, sink your seat all the way towards the front heel so that you don't lose your balance. And if you have the flexibility, push your body up a little bit so that you can get your foot underneath your rib basket. Okay, so it's sitting in that little ridge there. C'est ça. Et ensuite, voilà, c'est beau. Regardez en avant, en haut, vers les doigts du main gauche. Look up. And if you like, bring the right arm up to meet the left. Kapyasana. Turn your chest forward. Keep your leg there. If it's too much, do regular Kapyasana. Good. And now relâchez, let go. Take the right foot back down. And step the feet back together. Uttanasana. Belly on your thighs, collez le ventre sur les cuisses et descendez la tête. Essayez de redresser les jambes complètement. Try to straighten your legs, your seat directly over the heels. Top of the head almost touching your feet. And come all the way up. You have to keep imagining yourself in a practice you're trying to attain. With practice, with angry determination, you will arrive. And bring your hands back. Pranamasana. Encore. On va plus profondément. From here, bend your knees. Turn your feet out a little bit. Bring your hands onto your seat. Push your hips forward. And bring your hands down. If you can, you can stop at the knees here, or you can walk your hands further down. Maybe you can come right to the feet. If you can come all the way to the feet, step on your fingers. Push your hips all the way forward. Ise Chakrasana. C'est ça. Maintenant, poussez les hanches plus en avant et essayez de redresser les jambes encore. Mais roulez les cuisses à l'extérieur, roulez les bas des jambes à l'intérieur. Roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards, try to straighten your legs more. Push your hips up and forward. C'est ça. Maintenant, retournez ici. Ici, on penche. Incliné vers le bas. Ici, on prend le pied, on prend la main gauche sur le pied gauche et on lève la jambe droite, standing split. Your left hand comes to the foot, index finger just alongside the heel. And then try to get your chest on your thigh. You have to bend your knee a little bit, maybe bring your belly to your thigh and raise the left leg up, right leg up high. If you can, you start to bring your right foot hand in towards the foot. Hold your breath so you can get both hands on the foot, gaze beyond the toes. Now from here, plant your hands down. From here, lift up off the left heel and bring it back down 3 times. Inhale, push into your hands, shoulders come over the fingertips, lift up the heel and come back down. One more time. Inhale, push firmly into reach your toes. Poussez dans les montes orteils. Descendez le talon. Cette fois-ci, essayez de lever le pied de la terre. Flottez. So try to push into your hands, lift the foot right up off the ground. Maybe bring the left foot up to meet the right. You can into full handstands. From here, left foot comes back down. Nice, good, voila. I bring the left foot back down, the right foot goes back. Virabhadrasana 2, turn to your right. Bend your left knee a little bit more. Come nice and strong into the pose. Embody the warrior consciousness. Incarner toutes les qualités d'un guerrier. Le courage, la détermination, la férocité. C'est ça. And here, if you like, take the bind. Take your left shoulder down. Drop it a little bit below the knee so you can get your left arm underneath the leg, the right arm behind the back. Push your right shoulder back. Good. Now from here, bring your left hand down to the outside the foot, Visvavikrasana. Allow the left leg to sit on the arm. Take hold of the foot if you can with the right hand from the outside and push the foot out. You don't have to take the foot, you can let the foot just bring the leg out and bring the right arm up. If it's too much, you lower down on the knee. So lots of different options here. Do according to your abilities. Now from here, Bring the right hand down. Circle the left leg all the way up and back. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then downward facing scorpion. Look underneath the left arm. Allow the left foot to drop towards the right. C'est ça. Puis maintenant, Urdhva Dhanurasana. Laissez le pied tomber. Trônez sur la main. Et roulez sur la main et le pied pour se rendre en Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Urdhva Dhanurasana. Upward facing bow. C'est ça. Retournez maintenant. Tournez sur la main droite. Retournez. Maintenant. Levez les jambes droite à gauche encore. Ici. On revient. Les épaules au-dessus des bouts des doigts. Descendez la poitrine. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Upward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog. Melt the heart here. Good. Now raise the right leg up. Send the foot between the hands. From here, bring the hands to the inside of the foot, move the foot to the outside of the mat. Traversez en avant puis en arrière. Traverse a little bit, try to get your hips to lower. With each pass, feel as though the hips were very heavy. And then just lower the knee down, flatten out the toes, fall to your left. Lizard. Get the left hip, the left forearm to come down, and then roll back to the right. Continue to telescope your chest and head forward. The more you picture the hips getting heavy and feeling as though they're an anchor of the body, the more they'll come down and the rest of the body will follow. The pelvis, the belly, eventually the chest comes right down. C'est ça. Pretend you're a lizard now, sunning itself on a warm earth. Bon, alors si vous voulez maintenant des variations, on peut lever les hanches un petit peu, glisser l'épaule en arrière de l'épaule, l'épaule en arrière du genou, puis on essaie peut-être de mettre l'arrière de la tête contre le talon, ou peut-être à l'extérieur du pied. So if you can get your head, bring your hips seats back, bring the back of the head to press hips back of the heel, or bring it right to the outside. And then see if you can slide your left hip, left leg all the way back again, so your hips come down. If you want to go even deeper, you can take the left foot up. Essayez de lever le pied gauche si vous voulez, et tenez le pied avec les deux mains. So like a twisted lizard. Good. Et maintenant, relâchez. Remettez-vous sur les mains ici. Levez les genoux à terre. Guerrier 1. Levez les bras au-dessus de la tête. Virabhadrasana 1. Raise your arms up. Chest up. Look up to the hands above you, so to say, on yours. Grant me higher devotion. Good. Now, from here, turn on the back foot, lift the back heel, Parivrita Parsvakonasana. Left arm to the outside of the leg, and if you can either keep your hands in Anjali Mudra here. If you need to, you bring your left knee down. Turn your chest and face all the way up, or you can take the bind. Left arm underneath the right leg, the right arm over your back. If your knee is up, keep pressing the back knee up. Push back to the back heel, extend to the crown. Maintenant, regardez en avant. Placez replacez le pied gauche juste à côté de l'autre. Bring your feet together, come up into standing twist. Hold your breath, and bring the right leg up with you. Extend your right leg. If you can't keep the bind, you can just take your left hand to the foot and right arm out. If it's still too much, just take your hand to the outside of the knee. So lots of different variation, go according again to your abilities. Maintenant, tournez en avant. Placez le pied droit, la main gauche, droite sur le pied, l'intérieur. Et essayez de placer le ventre sur les jambes. Standing head to knee pose. If it's too much, you cross your hands, you can take your ankle. Or again, modification, just take your foot, push your belly into your thigh. Maintenant, revenez en haut, penchez en arrière. Bring your leg out in front if you can, bring your hands to your chest. If you want, you can take your arms out to the side. Good, beautiful. Retournez, c'est beau. Les mains sur le cœur et laissez les bras tomber en arrière. Hasta Uttanasana. Retournez les mains au cœur. Continuez d'être le témoin qui regarde tout. Sur l'autre côté maintenant, levez les bras, allez en arrière, penchez, grand le dos, selon vos compétences. Et maintenant, excuse, mais passez les mains sur les fesses, et maintenant, essayez de marcher les mains vers les genoux, ou même plus bas. Easy Chakrasana, so you can take your hands again, place them just underneath your knees, or walk them further down. Maybe stepping on your hands eventually, your fingers. Maintenant, retournez, marchez les mains tout le long des jambes, juste ce qui sont sur les fesses. Retournez en haut, et maintenant pliez le corps en moitié, fold the body in half. Uttanasana. Standing split again, the right hand to the outside of, to the right foot, the index finger just against the heel, on the outside of the heel. Lift the left leg up. Go ahead, try to get your belly on your thigh, bend your right knee if you need to. Bring your left hand in. Retenez le souffle pendant que vous essayez de placer les mains. Les bouts des doigts d'index sur chaque côté du talon. The index fingers on either side of the heel. The head reaching towards the foot, the left foot come up very, very high. Good, now place your hands down on either side of the right foot. This time again, lift the heel, push into reach your toes, and come back down. Lift up through the hips. 3 fois. Levez le talon, poussez dans le monte-orteil, engagez les muscles du jambe et du tronc, encore descendez. Pendant que vous levez le talon, essayez d'avoir les épaules, de mettre les épaules au-dessus des bouts des doigts. Encore descendez le talon, puis cette fois-ci, essayez de lever les pieds complètement de la terre. So hold your breath, push into the ground, and then see if you can lift your right foot up off the ground, and maybe you can bring the right foot up between the left. Handstand. Push to the base of the toes. Et ça. Voilà. Poussez à travers les montes orteils. Poussez dans le plancher avec les mains. That's it. Push into your hands. Good. And then bring the right foot down, the left foot behind. Virabhadrasana 2. Open up to the left. Come down nice and deep into the hips. Try to get your knee over the toes. Strong and mighty warrior. Parsvakonasana. Descendez l'épaule juste au-dessus du genou afin de rouler le bras facilement en dessous du jambe, puis l'autre bras en arrière. Stacker les mains juste sur l'extérieur du cuisse. Take your bind not over the seat, just against the back of the left thigh, close to your hip. Push the right shoulder back. Relâchez maintenant, placez la main juste à l'extérieur du pied, Visvamitrasana. Let the right leg to sit on the arm. You have to push against the arm into the back of the leg so you can get the leg straight. And if you want, before you take your leg out, you can also take your hand to your foot Reach over the foot and take hold of the outer edge of the foot. The full expression here. If you need to modify, bring your left knee down. And you can do it from here. So lots of different options. Keep moving, keep trying. C'est ça. Puis relâchez maintenant, placez les mains. Et maintenant, take the right leg all the way up and back. Downward facing scorpion. Look underneath your right arm, let the foot fall to the right, to the left I should say. And then Urdhva Dhanurasana. Laissez tomber les pieds, tournez sur la main gauche. Et placez les mains et les pieds l'une à côté de l'autre. Keep watching your body moving in the way that you want to move. This will translate to new movements. The more you practice, the more you learn the tricks to get into movements efficiently. Return back into Adho Mukha Savasana. Good. Now raise the left leg up. Ekapada Adho Mukha Savasana. Take the foot to the outside of, towards the outside of the mat, on the outside of the hands. Lizard. Puis maintenant, on traverse en avant puis en arrière et essayez de faire tomber les hanches. Imaginez que les hanches sont très très lourdes. Puis ensuite, poussez à travers le talon en arrière. Reposez le genou sur la terre et tombez à droite. Bring the knee down, bring the right foot back so you can, if your hips are low enough, fall to the right, the hip comes down, the arm comes down. Roll back to your left. Try to get your hips down so the rest of the body will come down as well. Merge with the form, become the lizard. And then when you imagine a lizard at ease, you too might go to that place. Et si vous voulez essayer les variations, allez-y. If you want to try the variation, you can try to push your hips, come back on your hands, push your hips back, your seat back, and push your left shoulder in behind the knee. So you can get the back of the head to go against the back of the foot. Sometimes it's easier to lift the back knee. If you can, you bring your head all the way to the outside of the foot. Lower the knee down and just slide your right leg back, sink down. And then if you want ass action, take the right foot up and take hold of the foot. Just imagine a lizard just coiling around itself. You have lots of flexibility. Imagine yourself in the form. Relâchez maintenant, let the foot go. And take your shoulder out from underneath. Come back onto your hands. Virabhadrasana 1. Toutes les transitions se font avec la fluidité, la puissance. Every transition done with grace and power. Imagine your shapeshifter moving between the forms effortlessly. Maintenant, Parivita Pashakanasana. Turn the right foot, the right heel up, go to your left. Allow the armpit to sit on a knee. Left hand push into your right. Make sure your hands don't stay by the shoulder. You have to keep pushing into your hands so the center of the chest comes behind your thumbs. Roll the left shoulder back. If you need to, you'll lower the right knee down. If you're able to take the bind, left arm goes over the back, right arm underneath the leg. Join your hands together and pull the left shoulder all the way back. Good. Turn your face and chest all the way up. Make sure you're not sagging through the back knee or the hips. And look forward now. Bring the right foot forward. Hold the breath. Bring the right foot in. From here, press into the right foot and come up. Whatever happens, remain without judgment. Keep the mindset always unchanging. It's temperament calm. Extend the leg. Variations or modifications if you need to. Hold the outside of the knee or take hold of the foot. You can do this one instead. Voilà. Maintenant, tournez en avant. Take hold of the left hand to inside the left foot, and pull your body down onto your leg. Push your seat back. Your belly on your thigh. Hold the ankle or hold the foot. If this is easier, you can do this. If this is a more level. Good. Now from here, come back up. Pull your knee towards your body. Lean back. You can stay here if this is where you're at. If you can, extend your leg. Bring your hands to the chest. Lean back. Bring your arms out to the side. Beautiful. Bring your feet together. Raise your arms over the head. Arch back. And come back home. Hands to the heart. Good. Now, raise your arms up. You can, if you like, go all the way back. You can drop back into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Go ahead. If it's not there, just do Hasta Uttanasana again. That's nice and slow. Open up your feet a little more if you need to. There you go. Press into your feet, hold your breath, push your hips forward, come all the way back up smoothly. And then bend at the hinge at the hips again. Uttanasana. Take whatever version you like here. You can take all the opposite elbows here and pull the elbows down. Just so the elbows are right beside your heels almost, your ankles. Stork pose if you can. Walk your feet a little bit more out to the edge of the mat, about 3 inches away from each edge of the mat. Bend your knees. The arms come from the outside into the center. La cigogne.
Alors, laissez tomber la tête, essayez de placer les mains sur les oreilles. Peut-être on essaie de joindre les mains en arrière de la tête et pousser la tête entre les jambes. Descendez la tête le plus que possible. Stork pose. If you can, tuck your chin in. See if you can take hold of your ears, or maybe move your hands, palm your way to the back of the head, interlace your fingers behind your head, and pull your head all the way through. Lift your seat up. If you have to have your arms lower than the knees so that you can straighten your legs more. Et ensuite, placez les mains sur la terre, ici. Encore, on essaie de faire des petits sauts pour come into tuck and come back down. Press with your hands again. So you can lift up into tuck and come back down. 3 times. 3 fois, c'est ça, c'est beau. Prochaine fois, vous étirez les jambes, redressez les jambes. Et ensuite, chaturanga. Descendez les jambes ici. Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Adho Mukha Savasana. Bon, ici. Levez les jambes droites. Passez le pied entre les mains. Encore, Virabhadrasana 2. C'est ça. Descendez les hanches. Voilà. Et maintenant, Ardha Chandrasana. Alors, on peut faire, laissez-moi, laissez passer. Alors, mettez les mains en avant du pied à peu près 14 à 16 pouces. Levez les jambes gauche. Place your hand about 14 or 16 inches in front of the foot. And here, try to get your hip right over the heel. Raise the left leg up nice and high. C'est beau. Ici, on a des choix. Vous regardez en avant, vous essayez de placer la main droite. Enlevez les doigts de la terre, mettez la main sur le cœur, ou si vous pouvez, joignez les mains en arrière, mais gardez toujours le corps tourné. Les épaules en ligne, l'une au-dessus de l'autre, ainsi que les hanches. Try to bring your hands behind. Keep your body turned. Good. Now from here, bring your left foot in.
Take your left foot and turn to the front. Push into your foot, come into dancer. So any variation of dancer you like. You can stay in this. You can do the bow, standing bow pose. If you have more flexibility, you can take the overhead one. Bring the elbow inside the body to go to the other edge of the foot, and bring your elbow up with one hand over the head or both hands even. Visualize yourself in the posture, merge with the form, embody all the qualities of a dancer. Good. Release. Good, back into warrior two. Swing your hands down. From here, go right into splits. Bring your left knee down, sink your seat forward. If you can go right into splits, you can go ahead. You can just push your right foot forward and come down. Arms up over the head. Reach up high. You have lots of variations in this one too. So if you know any variations, go ahead. Si vous connaissez les variations, allez-y. Et prendre par exemple le pied et essayer de placer le pied sur la tête. Si vous avez encore plus de flexibilité, vous pouvez tenir le pied. Il faut lever les hanches un petit peu, pencher en arrière pour que les orteils puissent arriver sur la table. Et puis encore, l'autre main sur le pied, on essaie de faire fondre les hanches encore. This one's quite deep, so be careful. C'est bon, oui. Retournez maintenant. Alors ici, Vasisthasana. Variation to get into it. Place your left hand on the inside of the foot. Drag your right foot out. Take hold of the big toe. Push into your toes. And bring the leg all the way up. Into this form of Vasisthasana. If that's too much, if you don't have a split, you can just bring your right foot all the way back and come into your Vasisthasana from here. On your left hand and left foot, turn to the right. So whatever variation you like, go ahead. Holding the right knee or the right foot perhaps. Good. Then release the right leg, look forward again. Ekapada Adho Mukha Savasana. Take the right foot to the hands. Virabhadrasana 1. Raise your arms up over the head. Now from here, go to the outside of the right leg. So you have a choice here. You can do revolved Adho Chandrasana. You can keep your left hand on the ground, the outside of the foot, and come up like this. Actually, no, that's not the one. You bring your left, okay. So options, you can bring your left elbow to the outside of the knee, and so you can raise your left leg up. So this is the version. If you want, you can try to do it with the bind. So take the bind first, and then push, shoulders come forward, your hips over the right heel, and raise the left leg up. Beautiful. Release. From here, come back into Uttanasana. Again, take whatever version you like. Take hold of the opposite elbows and pull your body right against the legs. Hug your body tightly against the legs. The legs are straight if you can. If not, not important. Just keep your belly with your thighs. Don't detach your belly from the legs. Good. And then come all the way up here.
Raise your arms over the head. Into as deep back bend as you like. Hasta Uttanasana, or go all the way back into your Urdhva Dhanurasana mindfully. Hold your breath and bring your hands down. Sesa. Coming back up. Bring the hands back to the heart. Good. Bring your arms up again. Reach back again. If you want, you try it like eventually. You do Urdhva Dhanurasana, eventually you might be able to even do it with one hand. So if you want to do it with one hand, place your left hand on your thigh. You raise your right arm over the head. You have to push your thigh into your hands to get your hand on the ground. So be careful here again. Know your limitations and know your sense of comfort. Open up your feet a little bit more. That's it. Voila. Et retournez maintenant. Come all the way back up. Nice. Come forward and down. This time, Titibhasana. If you don't have a Titibhasana, you can either do stork again, or you can just push your arms against the backs and knees and just keep pushing your seat up. If you can do Titibhasana, bring your arms inside the legs, the shoulders pressing, front of the shoulders pressing against the backs of the knees. If you have a bind, go ahead, take your bind over your back and then push your head down. C'est ça. Essayez de redresser les jambes le plus que possible, lever le siège. Now release. Good. From here, I can't remember what we did next. Oh yes, from here, raise, push into your hands. From here, instead you can see if you can bring your legs out to the side. So push into your hands. See if you can straddle up. Good. Back into Chaturanga. Into upward facing dog. Back into downward facing dog. Now from here, left leg goes up. Step the foot between the hands. Virabhadrasana 2 again. Open up to your right, left hand over the left foot, left arm forward. See yourself in the form. Then Adho Chandrasana, bring the left hand down, stay in the fingertips. Make sure your hand's not too close to the foot, otherwise it's going to be hard to open the hip completely. Open up to the right arm up, Adho Chandrasana. Right leg up comes up nice and high, point the toes. And from here you can look forward towards front hand, so you can take your fingertips off the ground, maybe to the heart, maybe both hands behind the back. Keep your chest turned to the right completely. Break the pose, bring the foot down, turn forward, and from here into your Hanumanasana. So start to bring your seat all the way forward, slide your left foot forward. There you go. And if you did a variation last time, go ahead. And take your arms up. This pose expresses the utmost faith and devotion and courage. Hanuman accomplished great feats as a result of his courage and devotion and faith. If you want to try to take the back bend, take hold of the foot. If you have good mobility of the shoulders, you can bring your foot on the head. If you have any more mobility, lift your seat up, lean back, push into your fingertips so you can get your toes all the way back down. And then from here, you have to engage your seat and then Bring your seat back down. Do it nice and slow. Be mindful again of your limitations. And then bring your left hand up to meet the foot as well. Amazing things are ahead of you. Even if not this time, you're always moving forward. Now break the pose here, coming back to Vasisthasana, perhaps bend the toes under the back foot. If you're in this full split, you can take the big toe, drag the heel towards you, turn on the foot, keep spinning on the foot, and bring the left foot all the way up with you. C'est ça. Voila, oui. Look up. Should almost look like a ballet pose. Take your foot out to the side if you like. Keep your hips up, your right leg straight. And then release the foot. Keep your leg up, but turn back into Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left hand comes down. And step the foot between the hands. Virabhadrasana 1. Raise your arms up over the head. Reach up nice and tall. And then into your balance pose. You can see you can turn to your left, take your elbows to the outside of the thigh, the left arm goes back, and if you can lift, lean forward. Try to take the right foot up off the ground. Or if you can take the bind, left arm goes over your back, join your hands. You have to have your left hip over the heel, your head coming towards the ground in front. And see if you can get the right leg up. Ça, c'est beau. Beautiful. Hold the pose. Bring the foot back down. Release the bind. Once again, Uttanasana.
Any version you like. N'importe quelle variation. Collez le ventre, collez le fond du corps contre les jambes. Même le front.
Et revenez maintenant. Come all the way back up. And this time, Urdhva Dhanurasana if you want, with the other hand going back this time. So if your right hand goes back the first time, the left hand goes down this time. Press your right hand to your thigh, hold your breath, bend your knees, separate your feet as much as you need to. So you're closer to the ground to start. C'est ça. Et revenez. Bring your hands in front of the heart. Take a deep breath in from the heart up to the crown. Hold the breath, let the love go into all beings everywhere. Circulez l'amour partout, vers tous les êtres comme le soleil qui brille sur tout également. And then return your attention to the heart. Remain established in divine love towards all. Restez établi dans l'amour sans condition vers tous les êtres. Bon. Puis maintenant, on se met dans une position assise ici. On va commencer avec Sutta Virasana, juste pour un moment. On s'assoit entre les talons, puis on se met sur le dos si possible. So, depending on your flexibility, you can just sit on your feet. You don't don't force your knees into a place where they want to go. You can just take your hands back. More flexible, come down into forearms if you can. Bring your feet apart on either side of the hips, and then come all the way down onto your back. Turning les coudes au-dessus de la tête, you can take your hold your elbows over the head. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, feel the whole back body sinking down. Feel the belly button coming all the way down into the body and through the body. Feel heavy. Get ready to come back up now, slowly.
Place your hand, push them into the heels, push at your elbows, lift your back up off the ground, and make your way back up. Now from here, we're going to take your right leg forward, Pranchasana. Your left leg stays beside your hip. If it's too much for your knee, you just take your foot in front like this. Okay, so your heel is just against the front of the right side of the seat. Bring your right knee up towards your shoulder. Push your shoulder against the knee against the shoulder, and depending on flexibility, you might be able to get your leg all the way up. Try not to hunch forward to meet your leg. Keep your legs straight and try to get your shin to come right over to your face. Okay, hold your wrists and come your foot. Bring it all the way up. Think of a hare. They've got very long legs, very long wings, very long neck. Try to find the length in your posture. Now bring your foot right into the left hip crease. Baddha-Badrasana. Okay, so you turn to your right, bring your right hand behind the back. If you can, you use your left hand to assist the hand to the foot, and your left hand comes underneath the knee if you like, or just back of the fist against the knee. If your foot doesn't make it all the way in lotus, you can just place your foot to the inside of the root, and you can hold your shirt or bring your hand to your thigh. So again, move in accordance to your condition. Push the back into lower back into the arm. Keep your back straight as you turn. Make sure the wrist doesn't leave the ground if you're stepping on your hand with your knee. Now from here, turn back to face forward. Lean to the right. Bring your left leg around. Lean back if you like, and if you can, bring a foot on the inside of the knee and bring a foot right into your lotus. If you don't have a lotus, no big deal. From here, if you can come into headstand right from here. So place your hands down, bring your head down. Puis ici, on grimpe sur les bras. So you have to lean to one side so you can get your knee up on top of the arm. Close the shoulder, push into the knee, press the shin into your arm. Hold the breath, push into your hand, and bring your other knee up. Then make your way all the way up. If that's too much, you just come up into your headstand and have a lotus. You can come into your lotus from that point on. If you don't have a lotus, keep your legs straight. C'est ça. Voilà. Now, stay in this pose for 5 long breaths. Be very still. Place your attention on the space between the eyebrows. After your 5 breaths, you can start to see if you can come onto one arm. Si vous voulez maintenant, placez le bras gauche juste à côté de la tête, l'avant-bras c'est sur la table. Alors on déplace le bras, puis on essaie de se mettre sur le bout du doigt sur l'autre main. So you bring your other hand in finger stand, and to see if you can peel off one finger at a time. You have to lean towards your left a little bit, so push your head against the inside of the wrist, push into the arm. Allow your legs to go a little bit to the left and see if you can get the right hand onto your right knee. Then another option you can do is you can take your hand, keep it flat on the ground, and really push into your left arm on your right hand and see if you can get your head up off the ground. Hold the breath and see if you can get your head up off the ground. Now bring your hands back to tripod, and you can either come down just regularly or you can bring your lotus, if you saw the lotus, onto your arms, curl the tail under, and Padma Kakasana, so you can lift your head up off the ground.
Beautiful. And come back down. Alors, relâchez la posture. Voilà, c'est beau. Puis, on a l'autre côté à faire maintenant. C'est ça. Descendez, puis maintenant. Penchez à gauche, mettez la jambe droite en arrière. So, Kranchasana again. Again, the modification, if you can't get your leg folded back, if it's too much for your knee, you keep your foot in front. Ok, alors, voilà, on lève l'autre jambe ici. Place your left knee against the shoulder and see if you can lift your legs straight up. Keep your back straight. That's it. Pressing the base of the toes. You can bind your hands in front of the foot if you like. Keep trying to get your chest higher than the knee. There's a time to be still in the pose, because that's when the mind can come into quietness. When the body is constantly moving, especially at the beginning, the mind tends to race with it, and then it becomes restless. Now from here, bend your knee, lean back, and see if you can bring your left heel right across the front and right onto your top of your right thigh, into your Bharadvajasana. Okay, if not, of course, you bring your foot down on the inside and you turn to your right hand knee, the left hand maybe holding your clothes or hand on the thigh. If you have your lotus, you take your left hand to your foot. Use your right hand to guide the hand to the foot more easily, and then the right hand then goes underneath the left knee. Push your lower back into the arm, pull the left shoulder back. Twist to the left. Try to keep your right wrist on the ground. Lean forward a little bit. Et now retournez. Penchez à gauche. If you can complete your lotus, go ahead. Bring your right knee up and the foot into the hip crease. Make your way to headstand again, or if you don't have a lotus, just come up with your headstand, whichever way you like. Go ahead. Okay, alors, on se met encore sur une main.
Placez le bout de la tête sur la terre, encore on grimpe sur les bras. Il faut descendre les hanches à un côté, presser dans le bras avec le bas de jambe, puis on grimpe sur l'autre côté, retenez le souffle. And levez les genoux complètement. So you have to push your shin into your arm, hold the breath, push into your hand as you're making your way up, and your other knee can come up more easily onto the other arm, and then just make your way back up. Now stay in this pose for a bit. Be very still. At this point, you bring your attention to the seat of divine perception located in the center of the forepaw. And from here on in, even if you do move, you move slowly so that you don't lose the attention. Train your mind to be controlled, or the mind will control the mind or the mind will control you. Now place the right arm, if you like, beside the head. And then bring your left hand, just turn your hand, stay in the finger stand. And then from here you have to lean towards the right, allow your legs to come to the right as well. Push your head into the inside of the wrist, come on to one finger at a time until you just have almost no weight at all on the remaining finger, the index finger. You're on the fingernail. Hold your breath and see if you can take your hand up off onto your thigh. You have to push your knees back a little bit. Keep practicing and just so you can just get your head finger up off the ground. Just like that. If it's too much, keep your legs in lotus, split your legs. It's a little bit easier. Okay, one leg in front, one leg back. Let's see if you can come up. Flex your feet. Then if you want, you can take your hands beside, back, left hand back on tripod. So you can lift your head up off the ground. Push into your arm really hard in your hand. Lift your head up. You can do this again with your legs split or your legs in lotus. All good. And go determination. And bring your hands back. Both the tripod. If you want to come into crow pose with your legs regular crow or with your legs still in lotus, go ahead. So bring your seat, hinge your seat down, land your shins on your arms again, on top of your arms, close to the shoulders so you don't fall off your arms. Tuck the tail under, hold the breath, and lift your head up. Good, and then release from the pose. Child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue, relax. Now from here, shoulder stand, among other poses. If any entry, like you can just make your way onto your back and roll up into it. If you can have no any neck or shoulder issues, you can do the front entry from downward facing dog. So bring your hands, come into position for downward facing dog. Bring your forearms down, bring the head down between your elbows. And then as you come forward, you have to kind of push your elbows out, really round your back. Tuck your chin into your chest, hold your breath. And then top your shoulders on the ground. Come into cloud pose. Bring your arms behind your back completely, your elbows close together, your hands together, and then place your hands on your back. Come up one leg at a time into shoulder stand. Modifications, stay in bridge pose or stay in baby cloud. If your feet are not on the ground, keep your hands on the back. If you have a lotus, it makes the pose even more powerful. And the mind one pointed. So bring your legs into lotus if you like, if you can. And then push your knees up high so the knees are higher than the hips. It's not a cloud pose. You still should have the same shape as shoulder stand. Once you're there, still the mind. Nothing to do. Nowhere to go but deeper within, beyond the body, the mind, and emotions. Fusionner encore avec l'être suprême et divine qui est en dedans. Accordez votre esprit avec Dieu. Si vous avez une lotus, Padmasana, vous allez rentrer maintenant Pindasana. If you have lotus, keep your lotus, bring your thighs against your body. If you know how to take the vine, go ahead, your arms go around the outside of the legs, join your hands underneath the seat. If you don't have a lotus, a regular plow will do, of course. Your feet come down, and if you want Karnapidasana, you bring your thighs against your body, and your knees on the side of the head. Now from here, you can stay here, or you can go into variation. You can try to make your way into camel. So you bring your feet all the way over to your left. Your knee drops down on the left, outside the left shoulder. You bring the right knee down. You can use right hand to assist, and you roll all the way up. Come into your camel. Push your hips forward. Land your hands on your feet. Allow your head to go back. Good, and then come back the same way. You tuck your chin in, bring your left shoulder in front of your left knee, and push into your left side of the head. And you lift your seat, come back into plow pose, same way as you entered. And you go to the other side immediately. Voilà. Déplacez les pieds à droite, et c'est de pousser le genou droit juste à l'extérieur de l'épaule droite. Descendez l'autre genou, puis roulez, déroulez complètement. Et ça. Voila. You're going to end up on the outside of the mat when you're in your camel. And then you come back the same way. So you don't stay in camel. You come back down, your right shoulder in front of the right knee. Bring the right side of the head on the ground, push into your shoulder, keep your seat high. So you come back into plow and you're back in the same spot as you were. Plow pose. And now from here, we're going to make our way into Navasana. Alors maintenant, tenez les orteils avec les bouts des doigts, avec le pouce et le bout du doigt d'index et les deux troisièmes. Puis on essaie de se mettre en Navasana sans tomber les pieds pendant la transition. Gardez les jambes toujours droites. So try to make your way up into Navasana, bound Navasana without letting go of your feet, without bending your knees. Come right back. That's it. Voila. Maintenant, tirez les pieds vers le corps. If you're flexible, try to get your body and your thighs come right together. If you can cross your hands behind your shins and bring your shins right to your forehead. If you don't have forgiving hamstrings, you can keep your knees bent if you need to and open up your legs. It's a little bit easier to try to balance. If you can straighten your legs, you straighten your legs, of course. But again, try to keep your back very straight. And maintenant, relâchez. Place your feet in front. Roll from here. We're going to roll all the way back onto your back. And from here, bring your left leg down. Keep your hands on behind your back. Your left leg down. All the way to the ground. Keep your right leg close to your body. And then just pull your knee right against the shoulder. You can bend your knee to start. Take hold the ankle and then straighten your leg again. You're very flexible. And try to take your foot all the way to the ground beside your head. C'est ça. Full split. Now from here, bend your knee. Half happy baby pose. And then bring your leg across the chest. You can hold the foot with your left hand or bring it into the crook of the arm.
And try to get your shin flat on your chest. Essaie d'avoir le bas de jambe complètement sur la poitrine, à l'auteur de juste en haut de la poitrine, tout près du cou. Push the foot towards the left. You feel a stretch in the glutes here. Et maintenant, si vous sentez prête, essayez de mettre le jambe en arrière de la tête. So if you're ready, you can take your foot back into half baby pose. Bring your shoulder in front of the knee. You can bring your left leg up if you need to, left knee up to your chest, and then push into the back knee. Try to get your knee close to the ear, your right ear, that is close to your right ear. Lift your head up off the ground, lift your shoulders up, push the foot further back, and if you can get your shoulders up higher, you can get your leg behind the head. C'est ça. Essayez de reposer ici. Actually, just become very comfortable. Breathe from the heart and the solar plexus up to the crown. Send all your power up there again to empower others who need the empowerment. Exhale back down to solar plexus. Always keep feeding all beings with your qualities, with your gifts. And then now, lift the left leg up and then come right to seat position. Okay, here, a little bit of balance pose, like a variation of dragonfly. Bring the left knee in, bring the right arm up, lift your seat up. So bring your seat up off the ground, come up close, bring the right arm to the outside of the left leg. Push into your hands, and you can see you can bring the right leg out. If it's too much, you can do the regular dragonfly. You can bring a foot across the leg, bring your seat in, the right arm up, bring your arm, and place a foot on the top of the arm close to the shoulder. Lean forward. You can do this variation. Okay, c'est ça. Voila. If this is too much, side crow. You bring your right hand down, and then push your left elbow in, and you can even bring your head on the ground. So there's lots of different things you can do. Use your imagination to find a pose that suits you. If you're in side crow, you can also extend your legs, left leg forward, right leg out. C'est beau. Ok, retournez maintenant. Maintenant, roulez en arrière. Take your left leg up this time. Your knee to the shoulder. Take hold of the ankle and try to pull on the foot. Try to get your leg close to your head. And maybe right beside your head on the ground, the toes eventually coming right down to the ground. Those who have perceive are very advanced in their practice, because they've already had the opportunity in the past lives to get far in their practice. Everybody is on the same path. Everybody will eventually get there. But don't worry, everything is coming. Now, maintenant, a prone pigeon or a supine pigeon, or a happy baby first, sorry. So bend your left knee again, bring heel up over your knee, and push your knee down just alongside the body underneath your arm. Good. Et maintenant, descendez le bas de jambe sur la poitrine complètement. You can take your supine pigeon, you take your right hand to the foot, or you can bring the foot to the crook of the arm and try to get your leg flat on the chest, close to the collarbone, your heel in line with your knee. Your left elbow goes underneath a little bit the line of the knee. Pull the leg up, drop your left hip down at the same time. Try not to wrinkle the waist. Be patient and do the warm-ups, the preparatory poses
then eventually the final pose comes with more ease. Now back into half happy baby pose. And then this time, if you can, get your left shoulder in front of the knee. You have to push the back, top of the shoulder into the back of the knee. Bring the right knee in a little bit, right up into tuck. Knee shoulder close to the shoulder. And raise the left hip a little bit so the knee comes close to the ear. Lift your back up off the ground, your shoulders from your head. Push the left foot back. And then push it. Maybe you can get your foot behind your neck. And if you're in the pose, breathe again from the solar plexus up to the crown and back. Eventually it becomes possible to meditate in every pose. If you merge with the form, that is the highest form of meditation. And divine union, find God in all forms, merge with God. Now get ready to come up, swing the right leg up, arms beside your body, and throw yourself up. Now from here, bend your right knee, lift your seat up, come close, your seat close to your heel, left arm comes in front, on the outside of the right leg. You have to lean forward a little bit, push into your hands. Your chest is level with the ground. Dragonfly. Nibiru. Or the other variations. The regular ones, your foot across the shin, the knee, your shin across the knee, come up. And then bring your left arms, your foot on your left arm, close to the shoulder, lean forward again. You can do this pose here like that. Or of course, there's always a crow. Your elbow right up comes into the side body, your left arm still on the outside of the shin. Make sure it's not close to your knee. You have to move your elbow in so it's close to your seat so your legs don't fall off the arm. Lean forward, tip forward, bring your head down if you like. So we can do this one always. Okay, so go ahead and do your variation that you like. Good, all right. C'est ça, allez-y. Voilà. C'est beau. Et retournez, c'est ça. Ok. Dernièrement, on se met encore pour les postures de flexion arrière. On se met sur l'estomac. Place yourself on your belly, forehead on your hands for a moment. Breathe in, breathe out. Getting ready to come into cobra. If you're feeling very tired at this point, you can always do Sphinx pose. You can pull on the edge of the mat, stretching the mat, bring your chest forward. Your shoulders are over the elbows. Lower body is anchored down. Gradually, maybe you can lift your elbows up off the mat. Take your head back, curve the spine. Try to get the back of the head over the seat. And then if you feel comfortable, you start to eventually move your hands closer to your body. Keep your feet together like the tail of a cobra. Try not to lose your neck. Keep your chest very open and wide like the wings beside the serpent's head, on either side of the serpent's head. If you know any variations, go ahead. Take your feet up to your head. Fingertips down. Good. You can even take your knees, reach around one hand, hold the knee, and then hold the other knee. Beautiful. Break the pause. Come back down. Breathe in. Breathe out.
Imagine a cobra. Lift your chest, bring your foot if you can into the crook of the arm. So bend the toes under and lift your leg up so you can take hold of the foot. That's it. And then hold your breath and do the other side. C'est ça. Puis flexez les pieds ici, poussez à travers le monde des orteils. Poussez les genoux plus en arrière, so push your knees up and try to tug on your feet so get your toes over your shoulders. The arms are just hanging loose, the fingers are loose. It's Maintenant, essayez de pousser les coudes vers l'une vers l'autre en arrière du dos. Flexez les pieds encore. Essayez de mettre les bouts de doigts sur la terre, juste à chaque côté de la poitrine. Et maintenant, poussez dans les bouts des doigts. Levez la poitrine et descendez les genoux. So you try to pull the elbows towards another behind the back. Just shoulder, the tips, bottom tips of the shoulder blades come together. You keep splaying your feet outwards. Bring your fingertips on either side of the head. It's a hug. Yeah, that's it. You just try to bring your chest up, your knees down. Eventually you might be able to get your heels, your palms down. Your heels are sinking into the seat. Relâchez, relax.
Breathe in. Breathe out.
Last pose. Option to either do bow pose, Urva Dhanurasana, or forearm balance. Anything you like, okay? So maybe one of those three poses. You can do a bow pose of any variation, Dhanurasana. So this is a basic one, of course. If you want, you can do the overhead one. You have the flexibility of the shoulders, bring the foot up high enough so the elbow's high in the shoulders. You can bring your elbow in front without straining your joints, and then the other arm the foot comes up the same way. Bring your elbow up as high as you can, and turn your elbow forward. So you can do this variation, push your feet up. Or if you want, you can do Urva Dhanurasana. That's it. Or your forearm balance if you like. Onto your forearms. Kick up. You're trying to get into your scorpion. I find it nice to bring one foot on the thigh. So you can push on the thigh so you can get the foot closer to the head. When one foot's on the head, the other foot will join it more easily. So, whatever you like to do, go ahead. C'est ça. Voilà. Poussez dans les avant-bras, c'est ça. C'est ça, sur la cuisse, c'est ça. Poussez sur la cuisse, exact. Levez la tête juste un petit peu. Et voilà, c'est ça. C'est beau. Oui, c'est parfait. Alors, dirigez les orteils vers la tête. Il faut tout simplement lever la tête un petit peu. Ouvrez la poitrine. Et là, le pied va rester là. OK? C'est beau. Vraiment. OK. Alors, last pose before Shavasana. Twist. Ardha Matyudrasana. Left leg folds in front. The heel on the outside of the right thigh. And the right foot on the outside of the left knee. Left arm up. Right hand behind the back. Twist to the right. If you want to take a bind, you can go ahead. You can take hold of the heel. Tenir le talon tout simplement avec la main gauche. Et continue de tourner à droite. Push the knee beyond the left edge of the body. Push the lower back in with the arm.
Retournez. Allez à l'autre direction. Right arm up. Go to your left. Keep your back straight. Try not to lean back. Bring your left hand right against the back. Push the lower back in. And return. Shavasana. Lie on your back. Couchez sur le dos maintenant. Faites comme toujours la transition très doucement, légèrement. Une fois que vous êtes atterré, laissez tomber tous les efforts. Relâchez complètement, abandonnez-vous complètement à la relaxation. Surrender completely to relaxation once your body is completely on the ground. Imagine the best is taking place now. Imagine the whole body just dissolved into fluid, became a sea of liquid. Even the bones just floating in that sea. All the muscles dissolved, everything, all the flesh completely dissolved into liquid. Each drop represents a very special part of you. Each and every quality that you have. Every little bit of knowledge and wisdom that you've gained through the experiences. All part of you. And imagine that merging with all the bodies around you, doing the exact same thing. That big sea that we all form part of. Individually, we cannot tell any of the drops apart from the other, but they're all there, contributing their own little special part. And we all feed into all that big sea of knowledge, of love, of compassion, of strength, of courage. And keep on feeding all that you have to feed that sea, so it always grows and grows and evolves, just like we do through all our lives. And be grateful for all the knowledge around you, all the love around you, coming from all beings. Ultimately, we're all the same. Ultimately, we're all moving towards self-realization. That is the ultimate goal. And in that state of self-realization, we see sameness everywhere. We eventually gain the knowledge that frees us, liberates us from the pain and suffering. To know that everything is perfect, everything is part of the divine plan. And we're growing in a way that allows us to experience everything in the perfect way for our path, our individual path. Be grateful for all those experiences, therefore, even the challenging and difficult ones. Embrace all the knowledge. Embrace all the love around you from all beings everywhere doing the same thing as you are. Remain grateful and humble for everything. attain self-realization. It doesn't stop there. You have the choice to come back and to help others. To stay in that benevolent, generous, compassionate mindset, helping others along the way as well, to help remove the pain and suffering. Ultimately, we're trying to prevent ourselves from hurting others through our actions, thoughts, and words. And the highest form is when we help others do the same thing. So now, with that intention firmly ingrained in your heart and mind, prepare to bring it back out into your day-to-day life and all your interactions. So now prepare to come back from Shavasana. Become once again aware of the body and make your way back up to seated position. Close our practice with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace and send it out to all beings everywhere. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. Merci tellement d'être venu. C'est toujours un plaisir.